Hey, welcome to the HAELE 3D Feet Poser tutorial series. My name is Athena and I will be your guide on this journey. Oh, come on. Don't worry about those boots. We go bare feet here. So, the first step is navigation. It is quite easy in HAELE. Hold down the left mouse button to rotate the camera. With the right mouse button you can pan and move around. And finally the mouse wheel. It lets you get as close to these nice pair of feet as much as you would like. Now, let's take a quick look at the user interface. In the bottom left corner you can find the main menu. It harbors every settings and customization options you will ever need. Next to the main menu you can find a little arrow to minimize it, and two other arrows for undo and redo. In the middle of the bottom row you can pause and start the animations. On the right hand side you find buttons for navigation to rotate, pan and zoom the camera. They change the functions of the left mouse button. Next to the navigation you can find a cam lock button for freezing the location of the camera. Under the cam lock there is a symbol which changes the controls to transform feet. Use the right mouse button to rotate it and the left to move it up and down. The little house icon resets the transformations of the camera and the feet, in case you get a bit lost in time and space. In the upper right corner you can hide the UI and the shortcuts information. Here you can also set HAELE to full screen or windowed, and also close the application. But why would you ever want to do that? In the middle at the top you find a little camera button to save screenshots of your dearest scenes. Okay, enough of the boring stuff. Let's do something a lot more interesting. Open the menu from the left corner and go to Animations, then click Select. Here you can find all the preset animations and poses that come built in with HAELE. Use the mouse wheel to navigate, with a little scroll bar on the right. Let's check out a few of them. Keep your eyes out for updates because more is coming in the future. If you are done, click the animation again in the menu and start the turntable. With the slider you can adjust the speed of the rotation. Below it you can also mirror the pose. Next to the built-in poses and animations, HAELE offers the possibility for individual posing as well. Select the poser option from the main menu. Look out for the tiny white spots appearing on the feet. Each of them represent a bone that can be selected and transformed. Click on one of them so a transformation gizmo appears. You can use the arrows to move the joints and the circles to rotate them. Notice that while we are in poser mode you can rotate the scene with the right mouse button and zoom with the wheel. With the show and hide buttons you can toggle the visibility of the joints. And there is a reset pose function as well if you would like a clean slate. Let's take a look at the morph options now. For now there are 4 to choose from. They can be adjusted with the slider appearing next to the menu. Several new morphs will come in future updates, so keep an eye out. Our next topic is colors. While the light version only had a limited palette of grayscale and skin tone colors, with HAELE Pro you can go wild with the color wheel. The 3 most important options here are the skin, sole and paw color buttons. They allow you to pick different colors for each part of the feet. Below these you can find 3 overall options. With the tone you can adjust the brightness of the skin color, while with the saturation you can intensify the colors. The variation slider breaks up the homogeneous skin color to give a bit of realism to the feet. In this menu you can also find options to adjust the nail colors and shine. Please notice that in the top right corner of the color picker, you can also select the different options to modify. In case everything gets too mixed up, feel free to use our preset options or reset the colors. Colors are tons of fun, but let's not forget about the skin material. In the skin menu, you can adjust the skin share. Let's give a try to these options now. Run is adjust how surface of the skin. With these options you can achieve a shiny or wet look. The specular options determines how much light gets reflected. The more specular, the more reflections. While playing with the metallic options, you can turn the feet into a sculpture made out of metal. With the details slider, you can set the visibility of the veins and other details softer or more accented. The micro details option is responsible for tiny pores and tiny wrinkles of the skin. I think the toe prints and wrinkles slider are quite self-explanatory. Our next stop is all about the environment. With the BG switch and BG select buttons, you can change the HDRI background of the scene. This option also determines the main environment light and can change the scene dramatically. If you can only see a solid color in the background, press the match button. By selecting the BG color menu, you can pick a background color of your liking. In the environment menu, you will also find an option to select a custom background from your computer. Press the Browse BG button and select a background of your choosing. HAELE will try to automatically size it to your window. In case it does not end up perfect, use the Transform button to adjust the scale and location of your background. Furthermore, in this menu you can switch the floor on and off, and adjust its material. It works quite similar to the setting of the skin material. Let's take a look at now how the lighting works. I have mentioned the environment earlier. You can also change it in the lighting menu. By selecting main, you can also adjust its intensity. Finally, there are 3-point lights in the Pro version, each with their separate color, intensity, and location. You can move them around by click and dragging with the left mouse button. And finally, let's see what hides in the settings menu. Here you can adjust the camera's field of view. With the save and load options, you can save your scene for editing later and load them back anytime. In the preset menu, you will find scenes built in HAELE. Only 2 for now. More is going to come in future updates. And finally, the language and graphics settings. Our tutorial ends here. Don't forget to try the demo and wishlist the game to stay up to date. For more info on development, or if you have any questions, don't hesitate to hit us up on Twitter, Discord, DeviantArt, or Passive. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a peaceful day or night. Athin out.